For section 6 of the Carver course, we have the observation and assessment report. Now, for any workplace assessment, you need to observe the candidate within their working role. So typically their day-to-day working role. So just remember, when we are observing our learner, such as our colleague, you need to observe them against some type of standards and criteria that you and your learner, your colleague, for example, are both familiar with. A key hallmark of any observation is that you are objective during the observation, and you are going to be writing down what you are going to observe. Okay. So in terms of this example, we have the learner, Luke Burden. So he is conducting a risk assessment of a vehicle. So that is his working role. Okay. So he is inspecting a vehicle, doing a vehicle check. Okay. So just remember from our previous section, we have our criteria. Okay, as you can see there. So when it comes to your own observation, it's very important that you are using your own type of standards and criteria to make that judgment whilst you're observing your colleague. And just remember, the criteria should be no more than 2 pages, and typically numbered is going to be very useful there. Okay, so just coming back to our observation report then, of course, we have the learner name, but we also have the candidate assessor, that is you. So as you can see, I put myself just there as well. The date is when the assessments took place, okay, and also the location as well. In terms of the assessment method used, okay, all workplace assessments must have an observation. Okay, so that's seeing the candidate within their working role. Evidence of a work product as well. So in this case, the work product, as we know, is the completed risk assessment form, okay, produced by Luke. And the later section is question and answer, though that is going to be completed after the observation. Okay, we'll come on to that section shortly, but we're just now going to have a look at the observation report. So the observation report has 2 columns. On the left hand side, we have the observation assessment report. Okay, so this is where you write what you are observing. Okay, and once again, we are being objective here. You're only writing what you are seeing, what you observe. So this is what I've already written. So I've typed this up previously. So having put on his high-vis jacket, Luke proceeded to inspect the vehicle. Okay, so just imagine myself observing Luke, writing down these key points here. Okay, so once again, you can type out the observation report. That's absolutely fine, or you can handwrite it if you prefer and scan that in as evidence. Now, just on the right-hand side, that's very important. We have the evidence reference column. So please map your observation, so what you observe, to the assessment standards or the criteria. Okay, so as we can see here, we've got criteria 1.3 plus 2.9, and what that refers to is the standards or criteria. So it can be a little bit tricky to understand at first, but just remember, as an assessor, you need to be objective. So you always have to go back to your standards or criteria. So as we can see here, 1.3 is to understand the requirements for PPE in your role. And also 2.9 is to demonstrate how to complete a vehicle check and show knowledge of the relevant procedures. 2.9 is making reference to safety equipment there. Okay. So in other words, having put on his high-vis jacket, that is showing he is knowledgeable about health and safety within his working role. So you're making that judgment, and you're always making that reference, that connection with your standards and criteria. So with every assessment, it must be mapped to the criteria there. Okay, just some further examples on the observation report here. So inspection started on the passenger side of the vehicle, and the tires and mud guards, that connects to criteria 2.7. Luke made logical progress around the vehicle, checking the condition of the bodywork thoroughly. Okay, that is connected to 2.8, and so on. We have at the rear of the vehicle, the light and reflectors were checked, 2.1. So once again, the actual observation is very much objective. You are very much stating what you see, okay? And once again, you're mapping the observation notes to the criteria here. In terms of the level of detail, a page to 2 pages is sufficient, okay? But as you can see, we are looking for you to map your observation notes to your criteria as well. Okay, so a page to 2 pages is absolutely fine here, but it's very important, as we know, to map your observation notes to your criteria. And once again, try to be as objective as you can and not being subjective. So just remember to be that objective assessor and to only write down what you see as well. Okay, so the next section we will come on to will be the question and answer section. Okay, but have a go of your observation notes, and just remember, you can handwrite these notes, you can type them up afterwards if you wish. That's absolutely fine, or you can scan your observation notes as well.